Idaho Matters podcast is brought to you by St. Luke's On-Demand Virtual Care, which allows patients to see a provider from their home using a computer or smartphone with on-demand care for common ailments, such as a cough, sore throat, or a sinus issue. More information at stlukesonline.org.
The Boise State Public Radio app. News, music, and more.
Idaho Matters.
Morning Edition.
All things considered.
The Connector.
And more.
And more.
You can take us wherever you go and stay connected. Without it, you're missing out. Download it free.
You can also communicate using the Talk to Us tab.
The Boise State Public Radio app.
As America turns 250 years old this year, and many are reflecting on our country's past, we wanted to take a closer look at Idaho's history, which reflects the breadth of the American experience. Discovering more about the places we see and touch in our daily lives can create deeper connections with our home and within our community. So, we're taking a deep dive into the history of Boise, one small piece at a time, with our America 250 Short Histories of Boise project. Every Monday on Idaho Matters, we'll bring you a snapshot of a small corner of our capital city and its unique past. So today, we'll explore the Owyhee Hotel. Let me set the scene. A surge of newcomers to the capital reshaped Boise from a quiet town into a bustling city almost overnight. A building boom altered the skyline as growing neighborhoods pushed farmland farther and farther from downtown. Boise began to expand, bringing dramatic changes to its look, its feel, and its overall aesthetic. And I'm not talking about the 2010s. I'm talking about the 1910s. William Howard Taft had been president for just 1 year when the Owyhee Hotel opened its doors in 1910, offering competition to the Idaho Hotel just a few blocks east. Rising 6 stories above downtown, the Owyhee ushered Boise into what some contemporaries called its city era. Modern for its time, the hotel boasted a rooftop terrace and a stained glass dome above the lobby. One particularly notable space was a men's-only room known as the Beefsteak Dungeon, adorned with candles that illuminated brick walls and a cement floor, padlocked bars, and a heavy old hickory furniture where male members gathered to converse and dine in what was called true stag style. The hotel's heyday came during the early to mid-20th century, but its name goes back long before Idaho was even a state. The hotel's name resulted from a public contest open to Idaho women who were invited to suggest possible names. Out of more than 1,000 entries, Owyhee was chosen, a name independently submitted by 8 women. But the word Owyhee itself has a much older origin. Owyhee was the original English spelling of Hawaii. In the early 1800s, native Hawaiians worked in the Northwest fur trade, including 3 Polynesian trappers who joined a Snake River expedition in 1819. The men disappeared in the mountains southwest of present-day Boise and were never found. Their story became legend, and trappers began calling their region Owyhee in their memory, a name that later found its way to the Owyhee Hotel. This connection to Native Hawaiians might come as a surprise to some, but it's not the only unexpected story the Owyhee Hotel has to offer. In 1940, when much of American life was segregated, both officially and unofficially, the Owyhee Hotel became the site of a civil rights struggle. Marian Anderson, the world-famous contralto and civil rights icon who had performed before an integrated crowd of 75,000 less than a year earlier at the Lincoln Memorial, was invited to sing in Boise. The only problem was figuring out a place for her to stay. 3 Boise hotels refused to lodge Anderson due to her race, but the Owyhee finally relented under one condition: that she enter through the back entrance used by the staff and that she eat in her room. The Owyhee Hotel eventually closed, and the building found new life through renovations and reuse. But a piece of its original grandeur survives. That stained glass dome that once greeted hotel guests still exists, and you can see it today on display at the Idaho State Museum. The America 250 Short Histories of Boise project is brought to you in collaboration with the City of Boise's Department of Arts and History, with support from Boise State University's History 502 class and music provided by the City of Boise's cultural ambassador, the Boise Philharmonic. The music, John Williams' Liberty Fanfare, was recorded by the Boise Phil in 2025. For a full schedule of city-sponsored America 250 events, visit cityofboise.org/America250. And for events and programs across the state, visit america250.idaho.gov. And thanks so much for listening to Idaho Matters from Boise State Public Radio. Do you have thoughts about today's episode? Make sure you email us at idahomatters@boisestate.edu or reach out on our socials. And you can also listen to Boise State Public Radio podcasts, including Idaho Matters, on YouTube.
If you like podcasts like this, explore more from the Boise State Public Radio podcast family. There you'll find a mix of daily news, Idaho Voices, and in-depth series on a wide range of topics. I'm talking wild horses, political scandals, sustainable ranching, and militia groups in a post-January 6th world. Wherever you get your podcasts, just search Boise State Public Radio to find what Idaho's NPR station has in store for you.